Hello and welcome, my YouTube friends. Welcome to your Crystal Whispers of Love read, all signs for February 2021. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, all 12 zodiacs. Really enjoying doing these. I don't do a lot of all sign readings, but it's what I've been guided to do, so here we do it. I could call this the Oracles series because I haven't been using tarot when I do them, because I have all these different cool Oracle decks that I pick up along the way, and it's like you put them together and they really kind of spell things out for you. So today we're going to be working with the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, Blue Angel Publishing. In tandem with the Whispers of Love, which has a couple of different authors. I think it's Alana Fairchild, and I forget the artist's name. Also from Blue Angel Publishing. Put them together, they give some pretty clear messages. So the voices of Archangel Ariel for the Crystal Oracle, my own personal Archangel. I talk about that in other places, not going into it right now. And the voices of the higher selves for the Whispers of Love Oracle, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, however you want to see that. Cool. So general reads, obviously take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and I would recommend writing down at least the stones or the messages or both, because if you do know your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and they are in different placements, you put the Whispers of Love messages together, sometimes you get a whole paragraph, right? And with the crystal stuff, you take what resonates there, whether it's the message in the bookie book, we're only reading from the bookie book for the Crystal Oracle, the stone itself, and so many of us have connections with these gemstones, minerals, crystals, etc. Whatever it means for you, it's just going to give you a nice little focal point and maybe a message as well. All right, so I guess that's about it. All the decks that I read are always in the description box at the bottom. Both feet on the floor. I'm doing this with the moon in Virgo. I am a Virgo, so why not work with the Crystal Oracle in that sense? Let's see how this unfolds. Please take a nice deep breath. Because here we go. I can feel it downloading. My beloved Archangel Ariel. We're going to do 12 signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. We'll get the Crystal Oracle card on the table first. We'll get the Whisper of Love on it second. We'll read that sign and then move on. Thank you so very much. Let's do this. Beloved Archangel Ariel, what is the Crystal Oracle message for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for February 2021, please? Yes, I will take it face down, so this way we can flip both cards at the same time. And the higher selves of all involved for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love they need for February 2021. I like that. That's easy. Those came out really. Yay! Okay. The message. Let's start with the message from your higher self. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true, pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Very Aries, right? Be authentic to who you are, right? First house. The self, the ego, the personality. Remember, the ego and the personality are not exactly the same thing, right? So to have that paired with Rutilated Quartz. Now, I'm wearing a Rutilated Quartz ring right now. This is the Totem of Apollo. I'm actually doing a class Monday on the Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page, Divine Matrons and Patrons, which is why all the jewelry that I wear in any reading has to do with the signs I'm working with, according to the divine beings, the gods in my pantheon. It's connected to that, my matrons and patrons in my pantheon. So Rutilated Quartz, it's about relationships, and it's about energetic healing. I love this card, which is once I got this card for myself in a private reading that I did for myself, I started wearing it. I have a big chunk of it over there staring at me right now, the torch of Archangel Ariel, what I call the torch Ariel. Rutilated Quartz, vibrational healing, higher mind, which is essentially your higher self, which is saying be authentic to who you are, and reconciliation. You are subconsciously receiving loving vibrations and loving thoughts from someone connected to your past. An episode or conflict that hurt you emotionally is now being healed and reconciled by the power of forgiveness and unconditional love. Now, it says right in the first line, it's subconscious, right? So this might not be something that you are aware of in your day-to-day conscious mind moments. Over the coming days, you may find yourself emotionally and mentally reciprocating this love as you reflect on a past person or past event. Through this mutual exchange of love, past wounds are now energetically healed and all negative attachments resolved and released, all as a result of you being authentic to who you are. Right now, I would recommend getting some Rutilated Quartz. It's not the most expensive stone in the world. You can probably get it tumbled very easily online. And you would know it by the little gold threads in it called rutiles, hence Rutilated Quartz, also known as angel hair. That's what they used to call it because it looks like the hair of an angel trapped in quartz. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So, you know, you might feel both ways about a past person, right? You might feel both extremes. And that's it, being authentic, right? You don't have to choose one or the other, but whatever arises, love that. Thank you, Matt Kahn. All right, cool. It's our first one down. That was really cool. Now, of course, you check your other signs as we go here. You might get more information about that or something else completely different. So let's do Taurus. Please breathe. Yeah, my beloved Archangel Ariel, I love you so much. This is fun. Please, what is the crystal oracle message for the Taurus collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021, please. Face down, absolutely. I like that better. And for their higher selves, for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, the higher selves of all involved here, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. What is their whisper of love to go with that crystal oracle card, February 2021? Ooh, the union of hearts from your higher self. This is a connection of love that defies explanation, which sounds good on paper, but when it defies explanation, you might often find yourself saying, oh my God, why? Why? There's no reason, right? Of course, there's no reason for a connection of hearts, a union of hearts. It's a divine purpose, and divine purpose, reason is a human thing. Reason is what we come up with, sometimes without the inspiration and information necessary. The crystal oracle is Tiger's Eye. Oh no, I forgot my lucky Tiger's Eye. I've been listening to the audiobook Alice Hoffman, Practical Magic, and the rules of magic so that I can get to magic lessons, right? I got that for Christmas from my mom. So it's like I have to refresh myself to get ready. It's Practical Magic, then prequel. She wrote them in reverse order, which I love. So my lucky Tiger's Eye, just leave it. Leave it in the car, or the movie would have ended sooner. Which we wouldn't have wanted that to happen. Tiger's Eye, just grab the wrong bookie book here. I mean, I use Tiger's Eye here and there. It's not really one of my main stones, but one that's certain. There's a different, it even has Tiger's Iron in here, so I love that they differentiate between that and Tiger's Eye. Cat's Eye is different too, but I don't think it's in this deck. Keywords for Tiger's Eye: calm, clarity, balanced emotions, communication, and intuition. Like in this, if you have been plagued with negative thoughts lately, if you're an empath or a tele-empath, how could you not? Then Tiger's Eye crystal will help rid yourself of these and help you regain a positive and more inspiring attitude, hence the calm and clarity. I see that. You will soon begin to see things clearly and realize that there was really nothing to fear in the first place. Well, you know, it is the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals. Calm your thoughts and start to listen to your intuition. Good idea, right? Because when it's all going on up here, it's saying, it's like an alarm saying, hey, get in your heart, get in your body, get in your energy field. Calm your thoughts and start to listen to your intuition. Know that all is well and that only love surrounds you. Now, with that union of hearts here, this might be saying that there's a lot of negative thoughts going on here in the air. Maybe not all your own, but ones that might be going through your receiver, so to speak. So for that protection, for that sense of grounding, I've certainly used Tiger's Eye for grounding, but it does make sense. The eye of the tiger. I'm sorry, I'm Generation X. I'm not going to get that out of my head anytime soon. And if I pass it along, ha 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 ha. This card is also to do with communication, and I think this is probably more the case for a union of hearts. You may avoid unnecessary turmoil and problems by communicating clearly to others. Don't be afraid to express your views honestly, and make sure there is no misunderstanding. You will gain respect and admiration for doing so, even if it's like, I mean, with the union of hearts, to say very clearly, I can't explain this. Right? As a Taurus, you may not even have to. I value it, I'm experiencing it, but I can't explain it. And you know, for earth signs, it's not our favorite thing to do. We like that rock hard stability and certainty and everything, but the heart wants what it wants, right? Particularly if it's a soul contract that you came in this life to resolve. Twin flame, soulmate, yada, yada, yada. You with me? Gemini, let's switch gears. Breathe. Both feet on the floor for Gemini for sure. My beloved Archangel Ariel, please, what is the crystal oracle for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, February 2021, please? Face down. And the higher selves of all involved for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight they need for February 2021. Ooh, carnelian. Sexy, sexy, creative second chakra stone. And listen with your heart. Not listen to your heart. That's a heart song. This is listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you. But you need to listen with a loving heart. And, you know, I've dated a lot of Gemini. Sometimes that mental stuff is going on with sun, moon, and rising Geminis. You know, and with Venus, it's like, so there might be a lot of, I don't want to say static on the channel, but a lot of contrary thoughts here. We'll read that carnelian for sure. But to listen with an open and loving heart, that's hard to do when all the energy is up here, right? So absolutely focusing on breath. And carnelian, for me, is a second chakra stone. So that would certainly be grounding you, but grounding you in your one-on-one relationships, not the root chakra tribal, everybody tribes groups of people, but one-on-one, umbilical. Highly recommend the book Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Mace. Now, there are so many crystals. I don't think there are any crystals named in it, actually, but you get the dynamics of each chakra in certain ways that are just revolutionary for me. Carnelian, keywords, healing, creativity, energy, calmness, grounding, and stability. Brilliant. This wonderful crystal offers you protection and healing. It will help dissolve the sadness you have recently experienced, as well as calm your thoughts and ease any anxiety. Well, that would make sense. Listen to your heart, or listen with your heart, because your mind might be running in different directions, as is the mutable air sign of Gemini. It makes sense. If you're gathering information, you know, pieces of the puzzle, understandable, but your heart is part of this too. There are puzzle pieces inside as well. Carnelian will also help you express your emotions and stimulate your creativity, which is a good thing, right? You know, third house, Gemini, self-expression, right? Communication. Mercury energy, which is now retrograde, thanks a lot. It's not our fault. I'm a Virgo, I know, ruled by Mercury. You are encouraged to take up a creative pursuit or hobby at this time, right? As a means to expression. And the great thing about hobbies is that you don't have to be perfect at them. They're therapeutic more than anything else. Start to express yourself in whatever way you choose, without judgment. Working with color will be especially helpful at the moment, for color can also help to stabilize and heal your emotions, which is true. We have emotional reactions to certain color, but just like people ask, well, what candle color should I use for this spell, for this prayer, for this ritual? I'm like, well, color is symbolic, right? There's fixed and mutable correspondences to color. The color red, it means passion, it means root chakra, it means love, it means anger. But a red octagon that's fixed, it means stop, right? So play with color there. Over the coming days, you will begin to feel a renewed sense of peace, joy, and wonderment for life. Give thanks for the wondrous blessing you are receiving. And I am getting loud and clear over here somewhere that, yeah, whatever is going on in your life, I mean, this does, like I said, indicate perhaps a one-on-one relationship going on here of some way, shape, or form, but the expressing of your emotions here in a grounded, safe, protected way that, you know, it does not, I mean, look, if you are an artist, which so many Geminis are, right, usually verbal, but also can be very visual in that, absolutely create, right? Create what your emotions are in whatever situation is being brought up for you internally and externally for the month of February, even if no one ever sees it. And I think that's what takes the judgment out of it. That's why, like, Certainly you can anonymously blog or vlog or anything like that if you want to put your insights out there. Plenty of people do. But there's something about journaling, but that can be done on your phone with a camera if you're not a writer per se, but a speaker, or just find a means for that so that you can really get that information through the chakra system, of course, going through your heart. So as you express those thoughts, the emotions and the desires and all of that will come through the action of some form of creativity in a safe and grounded way. It's pretty good. Yes, witch work. All right. My crab cakes, my Cancerians. Now, my mom's a Cancer. I say it every single time. You should know if you're following me by now and for a while. So let's see what I can get from my crabbies. Nice deep breath. Because crabs don't walk in a straight line. They tack back and forth, just like every Cancerian I've ever met. Please take a nice deep breath. Moon children. My beloved Archangel Ariel, one card in clarity. What is the crystal oracle message for the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, February 2021, please? Fourth house, home energy. The Cancerians get citrine. Sort of to me, the complement to carnelian. I'll use citrine in the second carnelian in the second chakra, citrine in the third, the solar plexus. Let's see what your higher selves have to say. Breathe. Higher selves have all involved for the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, fifth chakra and above. Sorry, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, please. What is the whisper of love they need with this citrine oracle message here, February 2021? You got the romance card. Citrine with a romance. I'm pretty sure this one says lavish the ones you love with your attention. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. All the other stuff, well, I don't know, the Taurus got Union of Hearts. I'm sure that's got some romance in it in some way, shape, or form, hopefully, for the Taurians. But with this romance card, my Cancerians, your higher self is kind of giving you the green light to lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. If you are single, I would suggest get yourself a piece of citrine, because it is at the most I've ever seen it used magically, is putting a piece of citrine in the cash register of your business to attract abundance. Citrine. Wealth, creativity, abundance, and healing. All right. Your financial concerns will soon begin to dissolve as a steady stream of abundance starts to flow into many areas of your life. So abundance just does not just mean finances and cash. It does, but not only that. This is not abundance solely on a monetary level. Well, there you have it, right? But abundance also of creativity and healing. Creativity, you create in reality. Mostly what we create is the psychological narrative as we go along. So with this romance thing, there can be all sorts of interesting things to be healed along the way. What if all this time the romantic connections, attachments, and contracts that we have are just the carrot calling us forward so that we do the healing that we need to do, right? Carrot and stick. You are being asked to let go of any fear and guilt that you may be holding on to in regard to your wealth and prosperity. And I would think that would mean in your romance too. What would it mean to be romantically prosperous? I don't know, but that sounds like a spell in the making. Be thankful for the abundance that you are about to receive. To give thanks before you have received is just scriptural. Honor it and put it to use in ways that nurture and replenish your spirit, right? So take care of you, solar plexus. You deserve to be and have all your heart desires, and there's some wisdom there in casting for that and praying for that. May my heart's desires, known and unknown, manifest under grace and in perfect ways, right? Lovingly recognize the abundance you eternally hold within your heart, right? Check those words, lovingly recognize. To cognize means to understand. To recognize means to understand again. Lovingly recognize the abundance you eternally hold within your heart, and you will manifest abundance through all you think, say, and do. So this is actually about incarnating this love, and it might be a romantic interest, or if not a particular person, then the idea in general. right? My true love soulmate, avoid twin flame. You can't avoid twin flames, but the new definition of twin flames, just go watch Matt Kahn's video, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. Trust me, it's such a better, clearer, healthier definition than what we've been working with for millennia with those words, right? With that concept. So of course there's creativity here for you. And there's healing here for you in your romance, and maybe that lavish, the one you love with your personal attention and affection is done energetically, but is done to free you and heal you, to move the energies of that heart of love, even in the romantic vibration or part of that spectrum, into your physical body and heal you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That's what I'm getting, right? Fourth house. That is something that nobody needs to know you're doing unless, you know, there is someone who is the object of your affection and your intuition is saying, yeah, it is time. That it's time for me to lavish them, right? Lavish me. He lavished me, and he lavished me, and he lavished me again. Thank you, Whoopi Goldberg. Different words, but you know what I mean. Leo. Oh, here comes the gamut. I'm Leo rising, Virgo sun, Venus and Libra. Let's see if I'm in these. Please breathe. I take nothing off the table anymore with my guides. They will communicate with me all day long if I allow them, and I do. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, sit back. Archangel Ariel, please, what is the crystal oracle message for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign of which I am a part, for February 2021? Please just leave it in my hand, face down, and the higher selves of all involved for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, most likely my own involved. Please, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, what is our whisper of love from our higher selves? With this crystal oracle, so we have a crystal whisper of love oracle read, February 2021, lovely fluorite, have some right back there. Oh wait, I brought it out on the table, here it is. This is a fluoride octahedron. This is a hunka chunka. You can get them much bigger and much smaller, as well as polished, as we see here, and they come in purple and green and yellow and different colors, and I love fluorite. They bring order out of chaos for me. I'll read that in a minute. The voice from our higher selves, actions speak loudly. Very good for a Leo. Express your love through your actions. Now, with fluorite, I will tell you, it's also a stone of, for me, psychic protection, because it brings, like I said in the Cancer read, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Those are the four lower bodies of holism, as in holistic health. Not assholism, holism. There is a difference, although I've met a lot of holistic people who are trapped in assholism. Part of the journey, I'm sure. Really? You eat that? Oh, leave me alone. I'm a carnivore. Fluorite, F-L-U, like the flu, O-R-I-T-E. Concentration, psychic protection, emotional stability, which makes sense if it's, you know, aligning the four lower bodies of the holistic model. Fluorite emanates a highly spiritual vibration that can shield you from negative influence or a negative person that is causing you to be emotionally imbalanced. Do you think I could get this as an earring? You know, do you wear a hat, a brooch, pterodactyl? Know that you are being surrounded by love and light, and trust in the protection you are now receiving. Let go of your fears and concerns and allow this wondrous healing to occur. Now, with what it's saying here about, you know, actions speak loudly, that is sort of a green light, a fluorite green light. Start to focus on the things that bring joy to your life. That's giving you the direction in which actions speak loudly. Focus on all that you would love to be doing rather than worrying about what others think. Now, particularly if you're expressing your love through action, there might be a worry about how will this be received. How will this be received? And the ego by nature anticipates the worst. Well, the ego is suspicious at best and vicious at worst, says the Course in Miracles, right? So that's understandable. There's a risk here. There's always a risk expressing your love through actions, particularly if you care about what others think. You are safe and eternally loved. Nothing can harm you except your own fears. And then I doubt you'll be able to see this. Yeah, why not? Trust! Exclamation point. Right? trust, right? So lovely. Fluorite. I'm putting this down next to that one because there's only one of them in the deck. So to use fluorite, right, to give you that psychic protection, to give you that concentration, that focus, and maybe even to bring order out of chaos. It is not quartz. Fluorite is of a, oh God, I forget what it's made of, but it's not of the quartz family. Therefore, it grows in octahedrons rather than single or double terminated points or clusters. There are clusters, but they're all usually octahedronal. There's a fun word. Works out the lips. Octahedronal. Virgo Schmergo. Let's do this. Breathe. You know the earth sign, particularly with Archangel Ariel. She is of the element of earth, powers of the north. Please. My beloved Archangel Ariel, what is the crystal oracle message stone? Any of that, some of that for the Virgo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, February 2021, please. You know how we do like our stones. What is our crystal oracle for February and the higher selves of all involved? Please, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. What is our whisper of love, piece of information, inspiration, or insight we need from our higher selves in tandem with whatever that crystal oracle message is for us Virgos, February 2021. Amulet stone, thunder, 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 thunder eggs, ho! Did you just call me a thunder egg, ho? Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Now, I will tell you, an amulet stone, oh, honey, I have more amulets than I think I have clean clothing right now. I need to do laundry. Amulet away, right? An amulet is a thing of protection. Right? A talisman draws toward, right? Amulet away, talisman toward. So I don't own a thunder egg, but I certainly have plenty of amulet stones. But speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. All right, let's see how these two go together. My interest is piqued, P-I-Q-U-E-D. Where did you go? A-U-A-M-E, amulet stone, also known as thunder, 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 thunder eggs. Ho. Protection, guidance, travel, integration. I like the integration part. Travel plans will soon be on the horizon. I am driving up to Saratoga in a couple of weeks. An unexpected opportunity will arise, which will see you preparing to a faraway place. It's about a 4.5-hour drive, 3 when I've got my angels working. The amulet stone offers you protection and guidance while traveling. Good. My entire car is an amulet. Dorian, because he's gray. While away, you will discover interesting ways of integrating your physical and spiritual life as well as your business and personal life, which is funny because I actually am affiliated with, I'm just relating this to myself. You get a little peek on the day in and out of a professional witch. Yeah, the Magic Moon up in Saratoga Springs. Ideas and opportunities arise that you will find both rewarding and stimulating. So this feels like what the speak the language of love here is about. Allow yourself to keep an open heart and mind. So there is a lot of communication going on with some kind of travel. Now, I know with current restrictions going on, that travel to a far, far away place might seem a little impossible. But do keep in mind, there is something saying here that it is part of a journey. I mean, amulet stone, you wouldn't take an amulet stone with you necessarily to just run errands. But even if you are just in your life running errands, because Virgos, we're busy. We are busy. We're the servants of the zodiac, but we have to make sure we are served first. That there's more here than just traveling for business or traveling to see family. In my case, actually, it is both, because I am going to stop into maybe they said they're going to put up plexiglass and have readers again. So, you know, there's all sorts of opportunities there for me, but I can feel that for Virgos. You know, the worst thing you can do from a Virgo, aside from refold a roadmap incorrectly, because we just kind of twitch and pass out, is take away our service or change our service in a way that we can't keep up with, but that we need to learn too. So there's new ideas and information coming in, but with speak the language of love. Remember, that need not necessarily be in a romantic situation. Can be, certainly, But the ideas and information that are coming to you, it says speak them. But remember, in this time of digital media, sometimes it is record them, right? Sometimes it is write them. And Virgos, can get very hung up in the editorial process, which is why I hire editors for my books, right? Because it will never be done if I do it. Never finished being done, I should say. It will never be completed. Ongoing, every single like pixel has to be examined in microscopic view. So to really use your creativity here, to speak the language of love, because loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own, which might even be saying, like when I go into like if you're ever in Saratoga Springs, go to the Magic Room. The place is like one of the last few places that feels like a metaphysical emporium, right? Like a warehouse of just crystals and books and jewelry and everything, incense. That's why I really stock up when I go there. But when I go there, I love being there, and I tell them, right? And I bless the store while I'm there. We're friends. They let me do that. Right? Just a little, may all who walk in these doors be blessed forevermore, that kind of thing. And it does. It changes the vibration. So even in your service, even if it's nothing changes and you're not actually traveling somewhere far, and even if you are, see that moment by moment opportunity to speak the language with love, even if that is silently with a smile. Because Virgos, we are mutable earth, and we have the ability to change things in form, but usually as a result of us being truly authentic. And nothing wrong with a little amulet protection to help us concentrate along the way. Yes. Which work. Libra. Halfway through, please breathe. Archangel Ariel, please. I am enjoying this. That really stabilized me, that Virgo one. I don't feel as air and fire as I was before. Good. Please, one card in clarity from my beloved Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yes, I have Venus in Libra. Please, what is our crystal oracle message for February 2021 and the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included? Get a nice break after this one until Pisces with my Pisces moon. So please, higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight we need from our higher selves, February 2021. I don't think this one has come up before. Petrified wood. M-O-M-O-R-M-O-R-N-I-N-G. Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. Now, I'm not familiar with this card, so let's get familiar with this card. Petrified wood. I'm sure I have a piece of it around somewhere. Might have caught me in the morning. An ordinary piece of wood. You'd see me before I got to the toots. And, oh, by the way, I do have a Medusa ring. That's the the totem of Athena. I hope your camera's okay. I hope your thing is okay. Your device, your anathema device. Where are you? Petrified wood. Keywords: standing the test of time. Oh, that doesn't sound a little too epic. Do you think? Standing the test of time, transformation, and strength. I think I'm up for this and down for this. True wisdom stands the test of time because it stems from the eternal part of nature, the soul. Absolutely the truth. That's right. True wisdom is the grace of the soul, right? A magical transformation is about to occur through an unexpected turn of events. Oh? This is all the result of the strength and commitment you have long shown towards something you truly believe in. Uh-oh. It will soon be time to accept your reward, knowing you were right after all. Of course we were. We have Libra in our charts. We thought about it. The strength and commitment you have shown for so long will serve you well. Many who have until now either ridiculed you or attempted to discredit you, will all of a sudden want to jump on your side. Oh, where's a drag fan when I need one? I think that calls for a Thorpe, Kitty Thorpe. It is possible to stand firm in your beliefs, yet also show compassion towards others. Well, I will certainly try, right? Well, we are Libras, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun. Look, the reading here is rather obvious. This is so key. Love who you are. So this isn't just about loving yourself, which is an ongoing thing. It's the relationship you have with yourself. That's not a process. It's a relationship, right? But the message, you are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer, including the things that you kind of have believed all along that you were moving towards, that we were moving towards, that we were right all along. And even if people poo-pooed us, doubted us, little snark. I mean, people have talked shit behind my back practically since I was born, all right? So, you know, it's kind of isolating sometimes, sure, to not have that mental, verbal, psychic support from people, but Petrified Wood, you have stood the test of time. You've put in the work. You've put in the faith. You have walked the journey. Now just watch a turn of events. I love that it said a turn of events, meaning that events were going in one direction, and now there's a turn. Now, is it a 90-degree turn, a 180, right? A 360, turns around and keeps going back in the same direction? To be seen. But it feels like there is an achievement and a manifestation coming. But part of it is us really loving who we are. Like, we are authentic. This is who we are. Like it or lump it, this is who I am. Symmetrical and balanced and Libran, thank you very much. Just don't ask a Libra what they want for dinner, right? Just, I don't know, draw food names out of hats. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I love being Venus and Libra, though. I have conjunct Mercury, so when I fall in love, I get wicked, verbal, and poetic, ridiculously so. Even if they ridicule, breathe. Oh, we got through the gamut, Mark. Scorpio, my beloved Archangel Ariel, I love you so much. Please, one card in clarity. What is the perfect crystal oracle for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February 2021, please, for my 8th housers, my Scorpios, please, the perfect crystal oracle for them. Just making sure it's just one. Feels like two. No, it's one. And, you know, new decks, it takes a while. Higher selves of all involved for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is their whisper of love, their piece of information, inspiration, or insight they need in tandem with this crystal oracle? February 2021. Oh, labradorite. Labrador retrieverite. And I love you. These are very important words. I know that this card, because it's the same design on both sides. I love you. These are very important words. Okay, now look, I studied Ho'oponopono for a weekend with Dr. Hugh Len. I love you really being the main grace of Ho'oponopono. If you're into it, grab a piece of labradorite. Ain't that hard to find. Can be expensive depending on the grade and the size of it, though. So let's see. L-A-B-R-A, Labrador, like the dog, right? L-A-P, Labradorite. Oh, this is long. I have a lot of Labradorite around the house. Telepathic communication, so I got that going for you. Prophecy, Scorpio, totally your thing. Auras, oh my God, your aura, it's pure Angora. Kiss my aura, Dora. It's pure Angora and energy, right? So telepathic communication, prophecy, auras, and energy. You will soon see that a particular situation that is causing concern and preventing you from moving forward is due to fear. Well, how dare you? This realization is in itself a breakthrough. By acknowledging your fear, you transcend it, and a whole new vista becomes visible. Yes, the ego anticipates, the soul acknowledges. Yes, I acknowledge I am afraid, or there is a fear in play here. Soon, fear will no longer obstruct you, and you will move forward in leaps and bounds. As you begin to achieve your goals, you will realize that you can communicate with others telepathically, and that this form of communication can influence events in a positive way. Now, stick a pin in that for a second, particularly if you're doing Ho'oponopono and you're just using I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, or you're doing the Matt Kahn inner child hand on the heart. I love you. I love you. As one heart is healed, all hearts are healed. By bringing your focus within, Scorpio, it is possible to energetically connect and communicate with everyone and everything upon this planet. Yeah, just grab yourself a piece of labradorite. You will gain invaluable insights which will help you focus your attention on that which will be of greater good for all concerned, including yourself. You know, when you say for the well-being of all, or, you know, for the highest good of all, you're involved in that. This is an exciting and wondrous time for you. However, you are being cautioned not to abuse this, which is why I love you. Really, I can't get it out of my mind. Ho'oponopono. The first book I came across with it was Joe Vitale from The Secret, Zero Limits. But then, you know, I literally took a weekend workshop with Dr. Hugh Lin, Ho'oponopono. It's that grace of I love you, right? It's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, which used to be on my answering machine then. I still think it's funny. It's not, but I still think it's funny. To really keep saying, I love you, whatever arises, love that. Oh, I lent that book to somebody. It better make its way back. Matt Kahn's book, Whatever Arises, Love That, right? So to use this telepathic thing, right, to grab a piece of labradorite, or at least take the message of it, tune to different people, and just simply once you're tuned, like, you know, you dial the number, so to speak, you're connected, just let the words be, I love you, to whatever rises up in you when you think of them, when you connect with them, or whatever comes at you. And it's going to maybe be hard for a Scorpio, if you are a true empath, to tell what's yours and what's theirs. It doesn't matter. Whatever arises, love that. And I highly recommend the book. Yeah, Matt Kahn's video, his YouTube channel, is worth, again, it's worth an exploration, not just taking a look at. Matt Kahn, All for Love. See, I truly am a spiritual teacher. I share what works for me. That's like the best thing you can do. But just remember, not everybody wants to know what works for you. But I have a platform. Otherwise, you could have clicked off this video a long time ago. Please like and subscribe. All right, we are 2/3 of the way done. Let's get this last leg down. My Sagittarians, yay! My Archers. Danger zone. Breathe. Yeah, this feels like fun. Please, my beloved Archangel Ariel, one card in clarity. What is the crystal oracle message for the Sagittarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for February 2021. What's written in the book, the stone itself, their experience with the stone, February 2021, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity. 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love, a piece of information, inspiration, or insight that they need in tandem with that crystal oracle message there for February 2021, please. Thank you so very, very much. You got the Coochie Coochie stone, also known as Charoite. Coochie 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 Coochie. And consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. It's very skexy. Gelfling. Charoite. C-I bet it's right before it, right? It's called the alphabet. Charoite. Acceptance. Generosity. Clarity. Inner vision. Unfortunately, Coochie Coochie is not one of the... If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. Or don't. Charoite is a highly spiritual crystal, that helps awaken higher wisdom. So we are looking third eye crown, and 8th chakra stuff here for sure. You are being asked to accept the current events and bring your focus within. Why? So you can consider your foundation. You're being asked to look at how committed you are to love. All will become clear through meditation, which also does mean contemplation and consideration. This is a time for reflection and contemplation. Consider your foundation. I'm just bouncing back and forth between these two cards. A time to allow your inner wisdom to guide you. You will realize that there is nothing you need to change and that all is as it should be. Again, trust with the exclamation point. Even though the current flow of events is confusing, there is a divine order to the madness. It is only through love and acceptance that the divine order can be seen. And that's just true. And that sucks most of the time, right? But that's part of the journey too. If you want to see clearly, sometimes you just got to climb to the top of the mountain above the fray, which is very third eye, crown chakra, and eighth chakra oriented. You'll be touched by someone's generosity in the next few days. So look, of course, not just pull back, but pull up, right? Use that Sagittarian fire, that expansion, that Jupiter guided energy to see larger picture, but also to really consider your commitment to love in your life. We all have to reevaluate our commitments due to the shifts and changes in the outside world and in our own personal inside world. So as a hunter, right, you know, you want to hunt according to the season. I'm just using the archer, right, Sagittarian, that imagery, not that you actually hunt. Bargain hunt. Nothing like bargain hunting with the Sagittarian. You walk out of there with the best stuff for next time nothing. But to consider really your foundation, like the foundation of a house, right? Interesting. Something the foundation, and yet the energy of a highly vibrational spiritual stone is to get you to see it from your soul's wisdom, which is very different than your human experience, right? When we integrate the point of view of the soul into our human experience, that's called being open-hearted and loving and powerful and wise, all in balance. But it might very much be with that charoite. Now, I've actually worked with charoite before. It's come up relatively rare. It's a semi-precious stone, not hard to find, but you might pay a little bit more than, say, for an amethyst or a fluorite. Is in usually that purple color, but is an opaque stone. I've had it polished in a little tabular thing I wore for a little while, and I found it a bit too much for me personally, being an earth sign. But for a fire sign, while you are considering your foundation, you might really get some real soul insights, not just information from the heart, but wisdom from other lifetimes. Your soul is the repository of all of the lifetimes you've had on planet Earth. Yeah, simultaneously, which brings in the quantum, which makes it a little hard to figure out and hunt through. But if you're considering your foundation, how much more do I really want to commit to something? Or am I overcommitting? Or am I not committed enough, right? All of that can be in the consideration for different areas of your life for the month of February. All right, let's move on. Capricorn, breathe. My beloved Archangel Ariel, please, what is the crystal oracle message for the Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, February 2021, please? The earth signs have really been, I feel, benefiting quite a bit. We got Tiger's Eye and Amulet Stone for them so far, for Taurus and Virgo. So please, last of the earth signs on the table, please. Archangel Ariel, February 2021. That's the Capricorn's crystal oracle. What is the message? The higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, for the Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, February 2021, in tandem with that crystal oracle. Tiger Iron. Okay, so we've got Tiger's Eye. Who had Tiger's Eye? Who had Tiger's Eye? Taurus had that, right? Tiger's Eye. Here we've got Tiger's Iron. Sorry, not all of my cards are facing the correct way, and it's disorienting me. Yeah, screw it. I'll fix it later. Tiger's Iron with rest and relaxation is essential, my Capricorns. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks, right? To take a break from something, to take a rest. With Tiger's Iron, let's see. I don't think I've read Tiger's Iron before. Maybe I did when I first got it. Oh, and it's a page and a halfer. Breathe. Tiger's Iron, also known as Jasper, Hematite, and Tiger's Eye. Oh, okay. So it's a combination, most likely, of Jasper, Hematite, and Tiger's Eye. Got it. Mental clarity, grounding, assertiveness, vitality, and sexual energy. It says it right there in the book. The peace and mental clarity you seek can only be found by grounding your abstract spiritual ideas and concepts into your everyday physical life. And certainly that might need some rest and relaxation to integrate that. That is, to bring things back to basics and honor the fact that you have been blessed with this physical life. Yeah, you know, I had a conversation with somebody a couple of days ago about why would I choose this life? Why would I choose this life? I'm like, you didn't choose this life. You were chosen for this life. Like a casting agent said, have we got the soul for this part? Let's see if we can get him to sign, right? So yeah, you signed off on the bottom line, but it's an honor to come down during essentially Armageddon and see it through the quantum timeline of the golden timeline, so to speak, the well-being of all, right? Look, what we're going through is better than nuclear winter. And that version has already played itself out. That is to bring things back to basics and honor the fact that you have been blessed with this physical life. Realize that while you are highly spiritual in nature, it is no mistake that you are here. This is really talking about with so many of us going through, why I want to go home, why did I incarnate? As has been so eloquently said by several of our world's great teachers, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. It's part of AA too, if I remember. And as such, you are being urged to honor your humanity. This tiger iron crystal will help ground you and revitalize your sexual energy. Both these qualities are needed in order to be an effective force on earth and to live a fulfilling and inspired life. Remember, spirit is not in the clouds. It is here, right in the thick of things. That is the beauty, majesty, and power of spirit are experienced. What? Is that right? Good grammar. Remember, spirit is not in the clouds. It is here, right in the thick of things, that the beauty, majesty, and power of spirit are experienced, right? So that's how we experience the multitudes, the 10 billion forms of the divine by coming into form. You do not have to run away from the world in order to find peace, for the true peace you seek is inside you. The true spiritual master is one who is able to find peace even in the midst of turmoil. And I would say rest and relaxation are essential. I'll get to that in a minute. Affirmation: I may not have the power to change the world, but I have the power to change my perception of it, which might mean you're overworked. Look, the earth signs are known for it. We're known for taking on more than we can chew in terms of action, in terms of manifestation, checklists, things that we need to do. And then we burn out, right? Because we are out of balance. And then we beat ourselves up for it, right? And particularly if you're doing an extreme amount of spiritual work, prayer, meditation, inner work, healing, scrubbing your chakras with bleach and wire brushes, you know, it's like we may be working too hard. Rest and relaxation. See, what happens is the ego, which is the personality that arises from an overstimulated nervous system, an inflamed nervous system, according to Matt Kahn, which I'll go with that. I feel this is true. That personality takes over and uses our spirituality almost as a weapon against us. Because you didn't do 20 minutes of yoga today. Bad spirit, right? No, that's when we need to rest. Sorry, wrong card. That's when we need rest and relaxation, that it is essential. And look, if it gives you your energy back, sexual energy is also creative energy. You could say procreative energy. Sexual energy is very much procreativity, right? In getting stuff done. And that can even mean productivity, which is big for us earth signs. We want to bring things into physical form. And as this Tiger's Iron card was saying about Tiger, an intensely spiritual being, about bringing that into practical application and manifestation. So Tiger's Eye are not incredibly hard to find, and probably not as expensive, but probably a little bit more expensive than Tiger's Eye, if I remember. I think Tiger's Eye is way more common. But then it has hematite in it. I love a good piece of hematite. Grounding you, right? So that's wonderful, and makes very much sense for our Saturn-ruled Capricorns. Two left. Aquariums. Brave. You big fixed airs. You big stratospheric, big picture freaks of the zodiac that I love so much. I love my aquariums. Please, nice deep breath. Archangel Ariel, what is the crystal oracle for the beloved Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? February 2021, please, my beloved Archangel of Nature, my Archangel of Lyons. Please, for my aqua lungs and the higher selves of all involved. Fifth chakra and above. Sorry, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that they need for February 2021 in tandem with the crystal oracle? Oh, Ruby, don't take your love to town. It's an old Kenny Rogers song that came into my head the other day while I was cleaning the kitchen. I don't know why, but as I listened to the, I was horrified. I was like 10 years old when I learned that song. Oh, Ruby, don't take your love to town. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Seriously, if any of you Google those lyrics, you will be horrified. Oh, Ruby, don't take your love. For God's sakes, turn around. The shit I remember and the shit I forget. I tell you. It's fun being Mark Angelo, Lyons Mal for short. If you get a chance to incarnate as him, do it, but I ain't done yet. Ruby, keywords, passion, love, precious memories. Great, now I've got When Will I See You Again? Clairvoyant, clairaudience for fun and profit. Your passion for someone you love is being rekindled, and you will soon find yourself glowing with a newfound sense of joy and wonder for life. Okay, as you find yourself reflecting on all the blessings and precious memories derived from this beautiful relationship, you realize that bad times are easily forgotten, yet precious memories of love live forever. Love is an ocean which forever ebbs and flows, at times a raging sea, at times tranquil and calm. You know, some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Walter Reed? No. What are they? Rex Reed? Sorry, I shouldn't have said Walter Reed. Blessed be our veterans, all of them. So look, the ruby stone. Look, I don't own a lot of ruby. I think I have a raw tumbled somewhere that I got for $5. But ruby is really one of the precious stones. And of course, it would make sense that that would be about that love and that passion, and yet so many people, healers I know, use ruby as a root chakra stone. This is really speaking heart chakra stuff. And with show simple acts of kindness, a simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Now look, for Aquarians, it's sometimes easier for them to act than to express necessarily through words what it is that they are feeling. But this is about great love and devotion. I mean, come on. The ruby has been so associated with romance and love, but what if this is something other than that? Because I don't feel like for everybody watching this, that this passion that they are talking about is necessarily romantic sexual. It certainly could be. It is a general read. And again, check your other signs in this spread, in this all signs reading. I guess it's not really technically a spread, because there is something here about giving your heart in a way, but expressing it, showing simple acts of kindness. Now, for me, a simple act of kindness can certainly be verbal, but for the Aquarians I know who can be very, very verbal, you know, love, that just popped into my head. Love languages. Do you remember the different love? You ever hear that? Different love languages, right? Like one of them is definitely verbal, but the one for me that really gets me, and because it's a Virgo, though I am very words of love, is acts of service, right? Simple acts of kindness. Always touch me, always move me. I guess it's an earth sign thing for me, but for an air sign with this ruby, finding a means of expressing a simple act of kindness. Now, a simple act of kindness is not love bombing somebody. You know, 12 dozen roses every day for 12 days, crazy like that, you know, like constantly texting, messaging, all that kind of stuff. This feels much more simple. And what's interesting, this is almost like, I want to say, like a St. Francis card. We've got this being, I mean, you can't really tell gender from that right there, right? Sitting in the woods, just gently tending to the animals, right? Let's see, we got a badger there. I hope it's not a honey badger, because they don't give a fuck. We got little foxes, we've got kitty cats, we've got bunnies, we've got chickadees, we've got little deer there, right? So there's something very gentle about this, but a simple act of kindness does indicate action here, but to do it with great love and passion. I'm going to say to you, really, if you can, check your other signs, if you know your sun, moon, rising, Venus here, because that might very well give a little bit more depth to what is otherwise a really, really simple reading. I mean, there's not a lot written on this. Passion, love, and precious memories. I'm going to say really, really take that as it resonates, which is a little lame. Some of these other signs have gotten so much more here, But if you do know what this is, and if you can comment, please do, because this feels a little like not exactly the fixed air of Aquarius. No offense to Geminis, but it feels more like that mutable air. Like I'm having trouble putting this, like if this was a personal read, I'd be laying more cards on top of that. But for now, show simple acts of kindness with Ruby. Don't take your love to town. God, if you will see why that is a horrifying song to me now. At the time, I knew every word. I swear I was like 10, 11 years old. Let's move on. Ready? Last sign, Pisces. Pisces moon that I am. Here we go. Archangel Ariel, last of the crystal oracle cards down on the table. Please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for us? February 2021. What is our crystal oracle message for February 2021? My beloved Archangel Ariel, thank you. And for the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, what is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, and insight we need from our higher selves in tandem with this crystal oracle message, giving us the crystal whispers of love message. Ah! Amber. Amber. You heard, Amber? And turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. I can't help myself. I was raised on the radio in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. God help me. Turn on your, before things went digital, turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Cake. Seaweed cake. Easy, ain't that right, my Myrrh family? Let's read this one. Amber. Now, amber and jet is part of the necklace of the high priestess. I know that for sure. And there's a little touch of that. This is like frozen fire, amber. I only have a very few pieces of it. This might be a little expensive. Just make sure you're not getting plastic. I mean, you get what you pay for an extent, but I will say, amber, you can be robbed blind for transparency, although, yes, it is a transparent stone depending on inclusion, meaning the little stuff in it. Calm, purification, and creativity. An issue that is causing tension and friction in your life will soon erupt and come to a head. Great. It was, oh, turn on your heart light. Something's about to erupt. Not in the eyes. You are being urged to stay calm during this emotionally charged event. Have you ever met a Pisces? I'm going to say, particularly Pisces, man, we can hide that shit though. Express how you feel, but don't be drawn into saying things you don't mean. Hence, turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love, so that we do this in a heart-centered, heart-open way, expressing how we feel. And that is about using the psychological language of when you did that, I felt, instead of you made me feel. I'll tell you there's a good plank to start building on. This event is, in fact, a blessing, one that is perhaps well overdue. Through it, you will realize where you stand and how others truly feel. And I'm totally down for that. As the air clears, you will uncover a hidden agenda and find creative ways of handling this type of situation in the future. So, Pisces, it feels like something has been hidden from us, which is interesting because usually we are the ones to hide things, right? We are secretive. We do have the depths of the collective unconscious within us, right? We're good at knowing things that others can't know and keeping things hidden. Not as good as a Scorpio, but you know, something is being revealed that's teaching us how to deal with it in the future. Stay calm and don't allow yourself to be dragged further into chaos by others. You will emerge from this situation feeling purified of all the negative emotions and thoughts that have weighed you down recently. Trust and remember, this event is a blessing. So, of course, turn on your heart light. This is giving you your spiritual practice from your higher self. Like, even if somebody comes in that you don't have that kind of history with, focus on someone who you do. See, that's why me living with my 3 cats, my 3 black cats, my 3 sons, right? Sebastian, Balthazar, and Melchior. Like, just saying their names gets me from here too focused here, right? But you breathe into that. This is our skill as Pisceans. We can get into a vibration of unconditional love easier because we are 12th house. All 12 signs exist within us that way. And that's why we are connected to the collective unconscious. We can tune ourselves to true love, to divine love, relatively easy, meaning we have easier access, but also because of our empathy, we can feel the collective heartbreak as well. So something is coming to the surface, something is coming to a head here, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be fun, but somehow it is a blessing. And as the card said, we are being taught something here, that there was a hidden agenda in play that we had no idea about. And for something to fly under our intuitive radar, it has to have been incredibly cloaked and therefore deliberate, unless somebody really had no idea what they were doing. Therefore, opening the heart, it is going to flow a bit more. In terms of compassion, which Pisces, we have the ability to feel the compassion for all of life, both through empathy as well as through sympathy. Great compassion because we have lived and endured so much. But to turn on the heart light, to allow ourselves to reflect on a time when we experienced love, whether that is the love of the divine as noun and verb, whether it is the love of a person in the situation involved, or whether it is just remembering when we had that sense of love radiating for ourselves, from ourselves, for our well-being and for the well-being of all. It is in those moments where the mystic part of the Pisces can make miracles happen without even trying. Turn on your heart light. We're being protected. The shit's about to hit the fan, and it is a blessing. So there we have it. My YouTube friends, as I do every time I do one of these, I will go through them all, putting them back where they belong and letting you know what they were. So for Aries, these are all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel, with Rutilated Quartz, which had a lot to do with energetic healing and reconciliation. For Taurus, Union of Hearts, there is a connection of love that defies explanation with good old-fashioned tiger's eye, right? Clarity of thought, being grounded and protected in that. For the Gemini, listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart, working with the stone of carnelian, a stone of creativity, as well as clarity. Could be very much a one-on-one relationship there with carnelian. For the Cancerians, romance. You got the romance card this time around. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection, but also with that citrine, that clarity, that understanding, that personal power part of doing this. And I think there was a piece of communication in that as well, as if I remember correctly. For the Leos, actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions, but also with fluorite, that psychic protection, that focus. I'm going to put that to the side because that's one of mine. For Virgo, amulet stone, thunder egg, talked a lot about travel, but also about a learning experience. It's integrating your spiritual and perhaps even your professional life, but to speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Put that one on the side because I'm a Virgo. For the Libras, love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer, with the petrified wood that you endured the test of time. You've got the stability. It's time for a turn around of events that seem unexpected, but you are worthy of all the wonderful things this world has to desire. For the Scorpios, labradorite, right? That telepathic thing feels very ho'oponopono with I love you. These are very important words. For the Sagittarian, consider your foundation with the high vibrational stone of charoite. And I really got the upper chakras, third eye, crown chakra, and the 8th chakra in particular, to see the larger picture from the satellite to then consider the foundation here. Really does make sense, and really rather perfect for a Sagittarian. For Capricorns, right, got this tiger's eye, tiger's iron, right, about really, you're such a high spiritual being, right, that rest and relaxation is essential. We all have needs to take breaks so that you can really bring into your actions and your practical application of your spirituality, that grounding. And with that hematite, that's an iron family that's really going to ground a lot of spiritual energy in a practical way. For the Aquarian, show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. With Ruby, that love, that passion, did not come out and say romance. This could absolutely be for a beloved family member or dear friend, right? In terms of expressing your love to them. And finally, for the Pisces, it's the Neil Diamond card. Ouch. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. With Amber, with Amber, that protection, that there's something that's coming to a head that we need to have our hearts open for, not so that it hits us right in the chest, but so that we are able to communicate how it is we really feel, with clarity, with calm, with compassion for the well-being of all. So would it be. And may you all be blessed, my beloved YouTube friends, all signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Really, my honor, my pleasure. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm going to take a little break. Maybe I'll do more today. Maybe I'm taking a day off tomorrow. I don't know yet. Why? Because we are in a world that is constantly changing. Quantum inflection points, it feels like every 10 minutes. So hang in there. Do the best that you can. And please, if you liked it, if something resonated, hit the thumbs up and like it. You want more? Subscribe. I'm a fucking hoot to play with. And if you feel like commenting, please do. Because I like to read the comments. If something really resonated for you, if you have a connection with any of the stones or any of these messages that really hit home for you, let me know, because the feedback is helpful for a Virgo working their chakras to the what? Working their chakras to the bone. I don't know if chakras have bones, but I'm sure someday that will be revealed to me, as I hope all will be revealed to us what we need to know as we walk the path all the way home. Thank you so much for watching, my beloved YouTuber friends. Farewell and blessed, blessed be.